Wednesday. It's hump day. You know what that means. It's time to gossip. So come sit down. Let's get comfy. We got a lot to talk about today. And we're going to start with just some generic programming issues at Bravo. You know, I'll tell you what I mean. We're also going to talk about Real Housewives of London because yours truly went from complaining to praising. I went from complaining that I didn't get to see it till I found a link on Twitter. I watched it. I'm happy to direct y'all to it. I've got plenty of thoughts, so we're going to talk about it. Also, what's going on with the OGs from RHONY? Is anyone feeling like there's a little something going on, like this little plot? Are they plotting something? I'll tell you why I'm thinking that, or why I'm questioning if there's something going on. And then we're going to move on to Real Housewives of Miami, which is how we're going to wrap up just before we get a new episode from them tomorrow night. And we're talking about Kiki and Guerdy. Kiki unfollowed Guerdy, and she's talking about it in an interview. So now we're going to talk about it. So get comfy, come sit down, and yeah, let's chit chat. Tell me what's on your mind, what you're thinking, what's on your Bravo loving mind this week. And yeah, drop your comments in as I am running my mouth over here, and then I'll come back towards the end and as I start to wrap up and chat with y'all. So, all right. I don't know who is in charge of scheduling, programming, the Google Calendar that we call our Bravo weekly schedule. And I'm never going to, I don't ever call for people to be fired, you know, unless you do something really, really bad. Because the thought of people losing their job makes me sad. But they need a trip to the principal's office because we had that little switch up last week where like Miami shifted nights to Thursdays, and then like I think OC shifted times. So it basically made it look like what it seems to me is they were hoping that the OC would act as a lead-in for Miami. And you probably know what a lead-in is, but if you don't, it is the program that comes on right before another one. And a lot of times, like when I worked in daytime TV, it was always like, oh, who's our lead-in? You know, because that would mean that if they had strong numbers, it could benefit sometimes a show with a smaller audience, because that audience from before, the bigger audience, might stick around each week. You see what I'm saying? And so it looked to me that is why they shifted them to be on the same night. But that is the problem that we are here to discuss. They are on the same night. And if you're like me, who is like a Bravo person that, you know, primarily as a Bravo person is pretty much just a Housewives person, because they're all I can emotionally take. Like they really exhaust me, these women, you know, like I'm emotionally invested at this point. I can't have all my emotions getting stirred up one night, because I am, you know, normal 4 nights a week. And then at work on Friday, all I have is OC and Miami on the brain. I can't get anything done. If Vicky says, do you work on Fridays? I say no, you know, because I am just still processing 2 nights of television the night before. We got like 12, 13, 14, 18, 19 women whose lives I just caught up with. So imagine I ain't talked to none of my friends all week long. And then on Thursday, all y'all call me within 2 hours. And I got to jot down, okay, so you need to tell him to F off. You need to tell your mom that you're sorry. Break up. Take the kids to school. It's a lot all at once. And I'm saying all that to say it would be just absolutely lovely on some of these other nights during the week to have something to watch, you know? So we're waiting for Housewives of Salt Lake City, which I believe is that a Wednesday show they're going to be? I know it's September 16th. Let's see, September 2025 calendar. Oh, they're a Tuesday show. Okay, that's good. We'll have an off night. So we'll end up, then that means we'll have Salt Lake on Tuesdays, and then OC and Miami on Thursdays. Okay. I forget until like Atlanta is gone. I forget how much I really, really like I need a Sunday night show. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's just something about like the weekend coming to an end, the week starting, and like having that time on Sunday evenings to kind of decompress and watch my show. And then if God forbid I miss it on Sundays, then all day Monday at work when it's like, this sucks, I'm working, blah, 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 blah. I have something to look forward to on Monday to go home and watch my girls. Or if it's a real good episode, I'll repeat. I'll watch it again. Guess what I'm watching on Monday right now? Nothing. Sunday either. You know? But don't dare call me come Thursday because I'm busy. Oh my God, that reminds me. That totally reminds me. My mom and I were American Idol freaks when I was a kid, right? Like, listen, I grew up religious. My parents were my Sunday school teachers, but American Idol was a Wednesday, Thursday thing, right? And so, or Tuesday, Wednesdays. And they switched it throughout the years, later in the years. Anyway, so we'd be at church on a Wednesday night and knew that we had about 8 minutes before Welcome to American Idol. I'm Ryan Seacrest started, and we wasn't going to miss it, okay? Because this was before DVR. So you had to see it. Otherwise, I'm going to hear about it on at school the next day. Mom's coworkers are going to tell her about it the next day. So we would sneak out of church during the final prayer. Everybody bow your heads, because if you get caught in that cycle of conversation on the way out the door, they already crowned the winner for that season. You already missed it, you know? So we would sneak out early, and that wasn't the only protocol for when Idol was in season. My mom would tell people, do not call my house between 7 and 9 on a Wednesday or Thursday. You're not a friend if you do that. Because she's like, if my phone rings then, I assume it's an emergency. My friends know. She's like, I'm over here voting for Clay Aiken. Y'all can't be over here interfering with the phone lines. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it would be nice to be able to even say that to someone, you know, a couple of nights a week. I'm busy. My show is on, but no, I'm only busy on Thursdays. So I got 6 other nights a week to hang out. If y'all have anything y'all want to do, hit me up. But speaking of, now I'm complaining about having nothing to watch, you know, because this whole time, you know, us over here in the States have been like, what about us when it comes to Ladies of London? And I want to say so many people are like, just get a VPN, just get a VPN. Okay, I saw some people saying that their VPN still wasn't working. And also, if I could just get a VPN, I would have done that already. I can make memes with my eyes closed. A VPN confuses me. Sorry, they should really make that a lot easier. I can use my face to buy anything on the internet, but I just can't hit a button for a VPN. This is crazy. Anyway, saying all that to say, there was a link tweeted by, I think, OMFG Reality TV, bless you. And it was like Daily Motion, or, you know, one of those like video websites. All episode 1 of Real Housewives of London, season 1, episode 1. Yours truly watched it. And as long as those videos keep getting uploaded to that website each week, then scrap the whole first part of this conversation, because I'm also going to be watching Real Housewives of London throughout the week. And I don't even know, what night did they premiere? Did they premiere Monday? I don't know. But we got to talk about them, y'all. So bear with me, because if you don't know who they are, I know you might be like, meh, but I'm hoping this encourages you to go watch, and then we can talk about them each week, okay? There are like 6 women, and then the Juliet that we know, she's not really introduced until later, I'm assuming, right? So, which kind of is good, because I feel like, you know, we're really, really able to get to know, it's like all new faces, which is just feels so refreshing, you know? And like all new people that we get to know, and their families and their lives. And I just need to say, these bitches are rich. Like, making cakes for like the king and queen rich. Like, that's the kind of like empires they own, or like these like bakeries. And like one lady said, oh, the lady with the cakes, her husband's in mining. What is mining? Coal miner's daughter? Like, I don't know what that means. Like, mining? Like diamonds? You know what? I don't care what it means. It means money, period. Because she like quit her job when they had kids, and she started her own company. Let's see, I need to look at like all their names, because it's hard to keep up. Because again, I just started watching last night. So I've been kind of keeping my distance with it, because I'm like, it makes me sad. I can't get like invested in these ladies, you know? Okay. Was it? Oh, I think it was. Let's see. Nessie. Yes, Nessie is the one that she owns the Chelsea Cake Company. Okay. And apparently she made the Queen's like 90th birthday cake. Was that like her last birthday cake or something? Oh, maybe. Whoops. But just fascinating. Like these women have money. But my favorite, y'all, is and there's Panthea is a lady who I just like her name. I had to put that in my back pocket because I was like, I'm going to name probably my future daughter that because what a bad bitch name, you know. Nessie, like I said, she's with the cake company. She's awesome. Karen, I think, yes, Karen, her and her husband, God, I can't remember what he does, but she owns like 6 homes throughout England or something like that. And then we got Juliet Mayhew. Now I forgot. Oh, Juliet met her husband at a church. Okay. But this is the one that's the star, in my opinion. This is who to look out for. This is who I'm excited for. And that is Amanda. I don't know what it is, but like when God made Amanda, he made a Real Housewife. He knew what he was doing. There is just something about her that quite literally it should be illegal to not have a reality camera on her. Not because she's just like kooky and silly and fun, none of that. There's just something about her that's like, damn. She was married before. She has a daughter. She says she's very, very private, but she got seems like a ton of money from her divorce based off what I've read online. And now she owns a skincare company that is apparently, well, at least according to her, very, very successful. But there's just something about her that is like quintessential Real Housewife, you know? I can't get enough. And funny enough, the drama already kicks off in episode 1, and it's basically between, I think, okay, because their names are so confused. All right, Panthea. Yes, it's between Panthea and Juliet Mayhew, and they were friends. And apparently, Juliet like recommended like a dentist or something for Panthea's son, and the dentist didn't fix his teeth properly and gave him all these fillings that apparently he didn't need. And Panthea's mad because her friend didn't stick up for her. So believe it or not, we are back to talking about teeth on the Real Housewives. You know what I'm saying? Homeless, not toothless, takes London, baby. And sign me up. We need to get Kathy Hilton there. Remember, she used to play dentist as a kid. She'll fix the son's teeth, you know? But it is really, really, really good. And I hope I got all their names right because, again, it's like I'm so bad with names already. And I feel like I just jumped into even like getting to know all them and in general last night because I haven't been keeping up these last few weeks, you know, because I didn't think we were going to get to watch. But yes, go watch it if you can. The link is on Twitter. OMFG Reality TV tweeted it. Like I said, they are loaded. And when I posted like about, you know, this week I did some memes complaining about for Hurrdat, like complaining about not being able to see the premiere and how, you know, much it sucked not being able to see it. And some people, I guess, in the UK commented and were like, "You're not missing much. Like, don't worry." Da 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 da. But I think that there would have been something to miss out on. Having known what I know now, I think that we're on to something really good here. I give these ladies a solid 8 out of 10 for their premiere. I think that they all just came ready to play, but also it doesn't really feel like anyone's trying too hard. It does feel very natural. And then, like I said, baby, loaded. The L in London stands for loaded. These bitches are rich. Okay. So, I mean, I'll watch for that reason alone. You know what I'm saying? Also, let's talk about the Real Housewives of New York, our RHONY OGs, okay? I just feel like they've been doing a lot lately. Like they were in the Hamptons, which if you don't follow Miguel, I believe Miguel Luciano is his name. He's the incredible content creator and actor who impersonates Real Housewives. His Ramona is chilling. It's so good. He was making content with them, which was spectacular. But outside of that, too, I feel like they feels like they're out in public a lot, like they're linking up a lot. Like it was Ramona was with them at one point, Jill, Sonia. I'm like, Sonia never comes out. Like they used to even say on the show, like they don't see Sonia unless they're filming. And so for Sonia to be out, Kelly Ben Simone was out. It just feels to me like they're trying to get the attention of something. They're trying to sell something. They're working on something. They're developing something. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you're like, Christian, get a life. It was just some friends hanging out for the weekend. But was it? I don't know. You know, I mean, I'm glad they were because Miguel's videos with them have been just absolutely outstanding. So go watch those if nothing else. But it just feels to me like even another friend that I have, Kyle, he was like, why are they everywhere? What's going on? And I said, okay, I thought the same thing, you know? But hey, if it is the case, baby, let's manifest it for them. You know, I'll welcome them back with open arms in any capacity in which we can get them, you know. Let's move on to Housewives of Miami, because I was watching an interview today. Guerdy was out, not Guerdy. Guerdy is being accused from Kiki of kind of not being a good friend in a way, because Kiki feels that she really stood by Guerdy during filming with the Julia of it all. But then if you were online recently, like I think it was last week or the week before, fans noticed, now I don't know how people noticed this, but they noticed that Kiki had unfollowed Guerdy. And I'm pretty sure Kiki follows everyone else on the cast, which is like, dang. So it gave the vibe something either really bad happened on camera that's going to play out, or even off camera, you know, like after the season. But she was asked about it, Kiki was, and she said that I don't want to say she blamed editing, but she said that she guesses that maybe that's why Guerdy has kind of pulled away from her. Like she said, she hasn't really heard from Guerdy much after the episodes aired, I think with like the water being thrown on Guerdy and then Guerdy, you know, showing the text messages. She said that she thinks maybe Guerdy saw the edit, saw how fans responded, and that has kind of influenced the way that she's handling their friendship at the moment. Which, and I love Kiki, but that doesn't really make sense to me. Because when she says, you know, how the audience is swaying, the audience has been on Guerdy's side for the most part. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that, like, you know, that they thought Julia was wrong. I don't think most people, you know, necessarily agree that she should have done the text message thing, but it just, I don't know, that part kind of confused me. And then I start looking at the comments and the replies to the video, and it seemed that my confusion wasn't alone, because most people in the responses were like, just admit that you weren't there for her, and that, you know, now you're kind of like trying to protect yourself, or, you know, now you're trying to like fix it. But I don't know, it kind of did just make me sad, because I don't know, I felt like of all people on the cast to unfollow, you're going to only unfollow Guerdy. It's like, okay, yeah, we can have issues with any one of our coworkers, but in comparison to what, you know, some of the other people have done on the show, I don't think that Guerdy is the one that's unfollow worthy, in my opinion, you know. But yeah, I guess we'll see more tomorrow after Real Housewives of Orange County, when Housewives of Miami comes on, and then we have nothing else to watch for 18 days, you know. So who knows? KM says that maybe she's a crypto miner. Well, it's her husband that's the miner, the crypto miner. Or she just said he's in mining. I guess I could look it up too. Let's see. Let's Google it. Nancy Belsinger husband. The founder and managing director of Limehouse Capital is what her husband does. Global head of equity. Cha-ching. I don't if I don't know what your job means, I'm assuming it's money. You know what I mean? Lord. What's your husband job? Yep, all it says, yeah, global head of equity at Schroeder's. She runs the renowned Chelsea cake company, boasting high-profile clientele, including Queen Elizabeth II. Not too shabby. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and on Monday. And that means we still got one more time to chit chat this week before we wrap it up and head into the weekend to whoop it up. But yeah, as always, thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Let's see. Oh, another question real quick. Do we think there's a RHONY spinoff in the works? I think they're trying to do a spinoff. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like Bravo's taking a stance on that one, you know, but they're doing a good job, at least. I mean, you won't know if you don't try, you know. They're putting themselves out there and hoping to get someone's attention and have some, you know, some buzz online. It's a good start, you know, but we will see. We will see, everybody. Okay. Well, thank y'all so much for joining. And you know what? Let's hope there's some real good stuff to talk about next time I see y'all on Friday. I also think that if you're watching this right now, go find the ladies of London. Go find the Real Housewives of London premiere on Twitter. If you follow me on Instagram, DM me. I'll send you the link. And then y'all can agree that, number one, these ladies are loaded. And number two, it looks like it's going to be a really good season. So, and I want to bite. I want to try some of Nestie's cakes. Now that I know that the queen was eating them. If it's good enough for the queen, it's good enough. If it's good enough for that queen, it's good enough for this queen, right? All right. All right, everybody. Talk to y'all later. See ya Friday. Besos.